Good morning, everybody. Kevin back. We are at the finale of season two of For All Mankind. Um, a lot happened in the last episode, but honestly, so much of it got washed away by the ending of the episode. We know Apollo Soyuz is somehow still going on. We know that Pathfinder is still escorting a ship to the moon where there's currently a Russian blockade. That's all still going on. But the big thing, obviously, was the very shocking attack by the Soviets on the American Jamestown base. Like violent military attack where they fired on the base to breach and work their way in. And I'm not going to lie, I've been kind of haunted all week about the image of that poor astronaut. And I don't even know who he is, and it doesn't matter really given the context. Being knocked out the window in a jumpsuit and onto the surface of the moon to obviously die a horrible, horrible death. One that's not instant, so you know that it's coming in a very, very terrible way. Um, oh my God, that sucks. That sucks so much. Um, I don't know I kept saying, I felt like we were building to, that there was going to be ratcheting tensions throughout the show this season, building up to but stopping short of war between the United States and the Soviet Union. I felt like conflict gets close and then walk back down. We're in the Reagan era Cold War, right? Um, and in this version of the world with the show, it still should stop short of global annihilation, obviously, because we have more seasons of the show. The show doesn't end with the world ending. I'm assuming, certainly not this season. I don't know how that happens, given what's happening right now. I don't know how cooler heads prevail at this point. Um, because we've gotten way beyond where I thought we would get. Even in the finale, we're already there in the penultimate episode. So I don't know what happens here moving forward to dial it back. I don't know what that looks like. Because honestly, we still have Pathfinder heading towards the moon, and we still have Soviets climbing into the American base. That's literally where we left off. So I don't know how powerful Apollo Soyuz is in terms of their messaging for the world, but I don't see how that is enough to take this back any steps. Um, so I'm sure the show's got something up its sleeve, and I've been wondering all week what that's going to be. We're going to jump into it now, but I do want to thank all of our Patreon subscribers for being here with us. Sorry, a little hiccupy. I've had way too much coffee this morning. I'd like to give a special shout out to Actuarial Lurker, Balas Foldes, Chris, Jeff, Christy Goverston, NJ, Surya Gundavarapu, Weird Magic, and Torgir Lingstad. Thank you so much, guys. Very happy here with us. If you would like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or are currently watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page on every show, including For All Mankind. We are at least 4 episodes out on Patreon of where we're on YouTube. So if you get done watching this on YouTube and would like to jump well into season 3, you can do that on our Patreon page. You will have to sync and watch along on your own source material. You're only going to see and hear me for copyright purposes. We're also watching 30 Rock as a Patreon exclusive, and have just started watching The Wire as we wrap up that then. I thought we'd pick up right where we left off because we were on a cliffhanger. Yeah, I don't even know how on the ground you react to this.
Jamestown is showing a depressurization event.
Yeah, big one.
That can't be right. Raise Rossi.
We've been having some issues with our sensors. Think we finally got it under control.
OpsCom
What?
pressure is returning to normal.
Is he being held hostage? How does this not end in a massive war?
Where is he?
This is nuts. I would not be surprised if more people die in this episode. Yep. A literal military escort to the moon.
Where's Baran?
Already in low lunar orbit. On course to intercept us when we cross the blockade.
I don't think it comes to shooting down space shuttles. I think there's no turning back at that point, honestly. Like, no turning back.
What's the latest with Apollo Soyuz?
The Soviets are asking for more time before docking.
Oh, That's why it's still going on. Is that they have to play long because nobody knows. Yeah,
I don't know why they don't just admit it's to do with the lunar blockade. Save us all some time.
What's the
yeah.
latest with that? Have we crossed the blockade line yet? How are we supposed to make informed decisions without knowing what's really going on in there?
That's a no-go on the co-planar rendezvous burn. Star City's still dragging their feet.
Is that Soyuz like right in front of them, like they're right next to each other, just waiting to dock? Look suspicious.
It's really depressurized out there.
What the hell is going on?
Oh, so Kodo can see what's going on.
Jamestown base, this is your commander. I am being held by the Soviets. They have not harmed me.
We must do what you say.
No, not a chance.
Isn't this at least worth discussing?
The president has given this man asylum, and we are not giving him back.
Seriously. They'll kill Rossi. We are outmanned.
They won't leave until they have me.
Then we make them leave.
Oh my god, this is ratcheting up.
Worry about Ed when he's up there.
Of course. Just try not to think about it.
Huh.
You don't have anything to worry about, though. Tracy is as tough as they come.
Yeah.
We're about to cross the blockade point.
Entering orbit in 5, 4, 3.
Any sign of Braun?
Negative. They're not showing up on our radar.
They will.
Where the hell are they?
Braun has crossed to the far side of the moon. We can't track their orbit until they re-emerge.
They were bluffing.
You don't know that.
Fires on Buran. We will have no choice but to respond in a substantial way.
That's not good enough, Sergei. Every time we're supposed to dock, you come up with another delay. And we both know what this is really about.
It's really not going to happen. Like, is this going to be their clue that something's wrong on the moon? Beyond, obviously, the blockade thing?
90 minutes. And then they come home.
Let's do it.
Raise the Soyuz.
Oh my god, are they going to actually try?
Soyuz Apollo? Do you read?
Starting to get the feeling this handshake isn't going to happen, Stepan.
Yes, I also have this feeling.
Yeah, do it. Is she calling Sergei?
You need to come clean with me, Sergei, right?
I'm sorry, Margot. I'm doing the best I can.
Well, that's not good enough. You need to tell me what's really going on.
There's nothing on Jamestown. Tell Apollo Soyuz or this blockade crap.
Well, maybe the old antenna still works.
There's only one way to find out.
I don't know how else to end this standoff. But it seems like this is going to end in calamity, but what else do you do?
Cavalry's here.
Thank God.
I can see Vance. I'm not sure who's with him, but...
No, 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 no!
Oh my god. Vance. Vance!
Vince is down. Jesus.
He just shot him.
So something bad. Coolant pump. The nuclear reactor. The nuclear core.
The nuclear reactor's primary coolant pump is shut down.
Oh my god.
The Pentagon used last month's Sea Dragon payload as cover to bring a second reactor to Jamestown to, we had to bring it online before it was connected to the backup loop.
Which means there's no failsafe.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got your nuclear meltdown to prevent.
Margot.
Yeah, I'd be furious too.
Tracy. Fine.
The nuclear reactor's control computer has gone offline. The reactor is overheating and fast.
You're talking about hot wiring the nuclear reactor here.
Pretty much.
All right, so what are we waiting for?
The cable connectors are outside.
We're talking about running on the surface of the moon without a suit on. Are you out of your goddamn mind?
There's no way.
Protect Sea Dragon at all costs.
Well, there's that.
Approaching loss of signal.
We're at DEFCON 2. The Soviet fleet off the coast of Panama is threatening the southern United States.
Well, okay. Turn that thing off. Let's
Yeah.
keep going.
Stepan, it's Danny. Have you heard?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I was wondering if he's even going to respond.
I know you don't like this any more than I do. At least Laika got to do her mission.
Well, yeah, that's so sad to me.
You gotta breathe out all the air in your lungs, or they will burst. So you will have
Oh
just
my
15
God.
seconds before you pass out.
He's not going to make it back. Are they going to kill Gordo?
Maybe if you only had to swap the cable, you could make it back, but there is no way you can do this and reach that power switch. It's suicide, and you know it. We can do this together.
I don't think they can.
And he has his own life, his
And
own
family, yeah.
And so do I.
I can't tell you how bummed I'm going to be if Gordo doesn't, and Tracy, if they don't survive this, if they're not there for the next season.
If T-Dragon does not immediately return to Earth, we will be forced to fire on your ship.
Where are they?
3,000 kilometers.
Jesus, they're closing in fast.
How long till Sea Dragon is within their missile range?
Oh,
Just over 5 minutes.
We are going to proceed with the docking maneuver.
I speak for the president in this room, and I think one good thing should happen on this shitty day.
They literally just have a rocket launcher right there.
I love you, Trace.
Oh my God. They're not going to make it. They're not going to friggin' make it. They're bleeding.
Wait, the reactor's stabilizing.
Oh. Were they actually okay?
Hello, Apollo.
If everybody ends up okay, I'm gonna be.
Nice to see you again, my friend.
What a roller coaster.
What's the status of Pathfinder and Baran?
They're still out of communication range, sir.
If you take any aggressive action, we will respond in kind.
Baron's radar signature shows no sign of missile lock, sir.
It's a lot bigger. Now lock weapons system on target!
Has Ed not seen the big picture? Does he not know that if he shoots, then the whole thing goes up in flames?
We fire
I
on
agree with
Baran,
her.
we kill everyone on board, and probably start a war that kills millions more.
That's not your call to make.
Ed, stop.
Is Ed gonna shoot down?
I'm gonna do what I gotta
whatever.
do, Sal.
No, the Soviets didn't shoot it down, so they didn't have to shoot back at the Soviets. All the people live.
That it inspired him to reach out his own hand in peace.
They didn't make it, did they?
A grateful nation opens her heart today in gratitude for their sacrifice, for their courage.
So both of them were given the Medal of Honor. They deserved it.
You okay?
Not.
Когда она узнает, что работает для нас,
Yeah, so she's an asset
будет
now.
уже поздно.
Okay, somebody's there. 95. Okay. Who was it? I guess we're not going to get to find out until next season. I'm going to wait till I'll talk over. I'm going to turn it down, but I'll kind of talk over Nirvana here. Well, I had a wide range of emotions there. My power actually went out. You know, sort of at the end of the. Okay, so there's not another sequence because they're going to the next episode. I'll stop it. 4, 3, 1. Okay. My power went out, like flashed. At the end of the funeral scene when Kelly what letter was playing, her essay, which, you know, the power was out for like a second, but that was enough to knock out the internet. So I was down for about 10 minutes until everything rebooted and reconnected, which kind of gave me a little bit of time to, you know, get my glasses back on and kind of, you know, get all of my woe out of my system. Because that really hurt me. I don't know how everybody else felt at the realization, because I felt like we were kind of going there, and then I thought, oh wait, they made it back. Maybe they're fine. But Obviously, that was a masterful episode, start to finish. It was tense. They still really knows how to build and carry tension through all the way. They did it at the end of season 1, with the girl who caught the tanks or whatever they called Ellen. And then obviously here as well. But even kind of feeling like it was coming, the death of Gordo and Tracy really sucks a lot. I've loved Gordo since the beginning. A really well-intended, sweet, incredibly flawed character, and Tracy really grew on me more. It really kind of like Heron, right? She was so great when Shane got hurt and died. She was so great. From that point on, I kind of felt like any trepidation I had with it was completely gone. Same with Karen. I thought, God, they were so strong, and the performances were so good during that. And Karen kind of ruined that goodwill I'd built up with her. Obviously, with Danny, I'm kind of wondering how Karen feels now in retrospect. Like, oh, my friend Tracy's dead. She's at the funeral, and also, I slept with your son recently. Had to be going through her head just a little bit. That was rough. That was really rough. I think we've set up next season really well. We're doing another time jump to people landing on the moon. I like the reveal of the boots, because the reveal of the boots not the moon, Mars. The reveal of the boots on Mars leaves one big, huge question: whose were they? Are they American boots? Are they Soviet boots? Is it one of the characters we know? At what point during space exploration are we? Like, is there a colony on Mars? Is that the first person landing on Mars? Has that all already happened? I kind of hope not. I hope when we get into next season, we haven't already like, well, getting to Mars sure was tough, and we're already kind of there. I want to see that process. I want to see the first man landing on Mars. I hope we don't jump any of that. I hope 95 is when it happens, and I hope we cover that. Because I think that would be really exciting and a lot of fun. And I'm really curious who's going to do it. What characters are back? Not at 95. Some of them are going to start getting kind of old, right? Obviously, like Margot and Ellen can still be working at mission control, but at that point, is Ed still an astronaut? How old's Ed going to be? Is Danny? But what was this, 84? Maybe when this season happened, 83, 84. So we're talking 10, 11 years later. Is Danny still an astronaut? I kind of hope so. Is Molly still alive? She got a pretty strong dose of radiation. She was losing her sight, but 10 years after that, is it just her eyes that were damaged? I hope so. I hope she's back. Where's everybody in terms of their careers? Is Alita in a high position at NASA now? Is Danny an astronaut? Is Kelly an astronaut? These things are possibilities. I don't know. The one thing I will say for sure is we're going to get a lot of these characters back. You have to, like, for continuity. I don't see Joel Hinneman leaving the show. I don't know for sure, but in some capacity, I think he's there. In some capacity, I think Danny's there. I think most of the characters are back that are, still alive. At least the main characters. But the one thing I'm pretty sure of is that Ed and Karen will no longer be married. Maybe they're remarried. I don't know. But I think that what happened with Danny, who I hope has his own life now, away from Karen, I hope whatever it is, they've moved on. Everyone's healthy. And I don't know. I very much look forward to see kind of what we jump into. I thought the time jumps that they've done in the show so far have all been handled really well. We didn't have anything, not as much majorly in terms of time jumps this season. Last season, we just had the 2-year jump for when Jamestown base was there. And then obviously the big jump at the end of the season. We're having another one. Kind of looking to see where everybody's stories kind of went in that time and what the new established world is. Going to Mars in the 90s, which was probably possible if we really wanted to. All right. We'll talk to you in the next one, guys. Thanks.